Julius Caesar was warned about his fate, but what really happened in his final hours will leave you speechless. Stay tuned to uncover secrets that even history books don't reveal. Dive into the extraordinary story of Julius Caesar's final day, where betrayal, omens, and political intrigue collided to change the course of history forever. Explore the eerie warnings Caesar ignored, the shocking conspiracies of his closest allies, and the moments leading to his fateful end. This is the untold story of a leader's dramatic fall, captured in jaw-dropping detail. Before we hop into the story, make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe to our channel, Legacy of Eras, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating tales from history. Let's dive in. Rome, 44 BC. The golden light of dawn breaks over the eternal city, casting long shadows across its bustling streets. Beneath the grandeur of marble columns and sprawling forums lies an undercurrent of tension whispered among the people. In just a few hours, the world will witness one of the most shocking betrayals in history. Today, we delve into the final day of Julius Caesar, uncovering secrets that have remained buried beneath centuries of myth and legend. To understand why Caesar's last moments were so extraordinary, we must first know the man. Born into a patrician family in 100 BC, Gaius Julius Caesar was no ordinary Roman. A brilliant orator, a shrewd politician, and a masterful general, Caesar had carved his name into the annals of history long before that fateful day. He conquered Gaul, defied the Senate, and even crossed the Rubicon, a move that declared outright defiance to Roman law and tradition. By 44 BC, he had amassed more power than any man before him, holding the title of dictator for life. Yet, while he was adored by the masses, he was equally despised by the Senate. To them, Caesar was not just a man, but a threat to the Republic itself. His unprecedented authority and rumored plans to declare himself king turned him into a symbol of tyranny in their eyes. As March 15th approached, the air in Rome grew heavy with foreboding. The Ides of March, a date steeped in superstition, had always held significance for the Romans. For weeks leading up to it, strange omens and signs had haunted the city. A soothsayer famously warned Caesar, "Beware the Ides of March." His wife, Calpurnia, was plagued by a chilling dream in which she saw Caesar's blood spilling on the Senate floor. Even the sacrificial animals offered to the gods revealed alarming signs, organs that were deformed or missing altogether. But Caesar, a man of reason, dismissed these warnings. To him, fate was unshakable. He believed his destiny lay in reshaping Rome, not succumbing to superstition. On the morning of March 15th, Caesar awoke to a world alive with both opportunity and danger. Calpurnia begged him not to leave their villa that day, recounting her unsettling dreams and urging caution. Reluctantly, Caesar considered her pleas, but fate, it seemed, was insistent. Decimus Brutus, one of his closest allies, though secretly a conspirator, arrived to escort him to the Senate. With carefully chosen words, Decimus reminded Caesar of the political implications of staying home. His absence would be seen as weakness, an insult to the senators waiting for him. Reluctantly, Caesar donned his toga and set out, ignoring the foreboding sense of doom that lingered in the air. As Caesar made his way through Rome, he encountered the soothsayer who had warned him days earlier. With a wry smile, Caesar remarked, "The Ides of March have come." The soothsayer's response, however, was chilling. "Aye, Caesar, but not gone." It was a moment thick with irony, a reminder that the wheels of fate were still turning. But Caesar, steadfast in his resolve, brushed off the encounter and continued to the Senate. Within the grand marble halls of the Senate, a storm was brewing. For weeks, 60 senators had been plotting Caesar's demise. Led by Brutus and Cassius, men who had once counted themselves among Caesar's friends, the conspirators feared that his growing power would mean the end of the Republic. To them, Caesar was no longer a hero, but a tyrant in waiting. The plan was simple yet audacious. They would confront him in the Senate, where no guards were allowed, and strike him down. But the plot was not without its cracks. Some conspirators hesitated, their loyalty to Caesar clashing with their duty to Rome. Others feared divine retribution, wondering if killing a man who had been declared dictator for life would anger the gods themselves. When Caesar arrived at the Senate, the atmosphere was electric with tension. Senators greeted him with warm smiles and respectful gestures, masking the daggers hidden beneath their robes. As Caesar approached his seat, one of the conspirators, Julius Caesar, stepped forward with a seemingly innocuous request. He asked Caesar to pardon his exiled brother, a ploy to distract him and signal the attack. When Caesar refused, Julius grabbed his toga, pulling it down from his shoulders. This was the moment the conspirators had been waiting for. The first blade struck. Caesar, shocked and disoriented, turned to face his attacker, but before he could react, another dagger pierced his flesh, and another. The frenzy of violence was unimaginable. 60 senators took turns, plunging their daggers into him, their faces a mix of determination, fear, and rage. Caesar tried to defend himself, but the onslaught was relentless. The final blow came from Brutus, a man Caesar regarded almost as a son. Legend tells us that Caesar's last words were, "Et tu, Brute," a heart-wrenching expression of betrayal that has echoed through the ages. In total, Caesar was stabbed 23 times, though reports suggest that only one of the wounds was fatal. His blood pooled on the marble floor, staining the very foundation of the republic he had sought to transform. As his body fell, the Senate chamber fell silent, the echoes of violence replaced by an eerie stillness. The conspirators stood over their victim, their daggers dripping with blood as the weight of their actions began to sink in. The aftermath of Caesar's assassination was nothing short of chaos. Far from saving the Republic, the conspirators had unleashed a storm of unrest. The Roman people who adored Caesar were outraged. Riots erupted in the streets, and the conspirators quickly realized they had underestimated the public's loyalty to the man they had killed. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal ally, seized the moment to turn the tide in his favor. In a fiery speech at Caesar's funeral, he displayed the dictator's blood-stained toga, igniting a wave of fury among the masses. The crowd, driven by grief and anger, turned against the conspirators, forcing them to flee for their lives. In the years that followed, Rome descended into a series of civil wars. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death was filled by his grandnephew and adopted heir Octavian, who would later become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. The republic the conspirators sought to protect was gone, replaced by an empire that would endure for centuries. Caesar's name, far from being tarnished, became a symbol of power and ambition. His legacy transcended his death, shaping the course of history in ways the conspirators could never have foreseen. As we reflect on the events of the Ides of March, one thing becomes clear. Julius Caesar's final day was a complex tapestry of irony, ambition, and betrayal. A man who defied the gods and reshaped Rome met his end at the hands of those he trusted most. Yet in death, Caesar achieved a kind of immortality. His story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that power, no matter how great, is never immune to envy and fear. And so, the Ides of March remain etched in history, a day that changed the world forever. What aspect of Caesar's final day struck you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Legacy of Eris, and set the notification bell for more captivating historical stories.